Alrighty, thanks for tuning in, Scorpio. Thanks for tuning in. Alright, so welcome to the Aligned Astro Tarot Network. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be reading from the Gilded Radiant Easy Tarot deck, and we're also going to be reading from my own personal tarot deck that I've created. We'll also take advice from the I-Ching, and we'll also take advice from the Romance Oracle deck. We're going to be addressing questions. How does your partner feel about you? What's blocking how they're feeling about you? And in the end, what they really want. And we're also going to be talking about how they feel about you versus how you feel about them and the reality of the situation in its totality. And we're also going to be answering questions of what they wish they could tell you, but they are afraid to tell you. A little bit of information about me. I'm your decision guide. I am a 10-year tarot card reader and a 20-year astrologer. Professionally, I do readings in person. I'm just moving everything to online because I've been requested to do so. This is my very first tarot deck. I used to read just regular playing cards, and I used it mainly as a clarifier when I would do astrology charts for couples, right? To get intuitive messages. With this deck, we're going to be pulling topics, questions. Also, we're going to be using time as a timeline. I will also use the mini Rider-Waite deck to clarify. All right, let's get started. Okay, so the way that your partner feels about you, which we will clarify, is the Justice card in the upright position. Normally, the Justice card in the upright position is where someone actually, I read it in a relationship, is where someone really has been through some things and they feel like that this is something they deserve. So this is where someone is like, wow, I have triumphed over a lot of things and I feel as though I deserve this. Also, it could mean that they also see you as being someone that they may want to make a legal binding with, or maybe they are dealing with some legalities as well that it may have something to do with this decision. Also, they feel very, very confident in the fact that they are going to be able to manifest this relationship. So there's really nothing blocking. The only thing that could possibly be blocking is the fact that the Magician card is more of a quick acting card. It doesn't have a whole lot of stamina to it. So if this doesn't happen pretty quickly, this person may get a little bit impatient depending on who they are. Um, Also, in the end, they want the High Priestess, which is going to represent you. They want a relationship that is full of understanding, a relationship that is very spiritual. They want a relationship that is something that they can actually get some wisdom from, and basically that is like their ideal relationship. That's like what they want, a very spiritual connection. Okay, let's just clarify the Justice card. Let's clarify the Justice card. Matter of fact, I'm going to clarify all three of them because that Magician card is in its upright position, but it is in a what could be blocking. So we'll clarify that to see if we can find any hidden blockages that didn't come out in the primary reading. Okay. So they're working very hard on this. This is something that they're willing to work hard for with the Eight of Pentacles. Also, with the Magician card in the upright, also the Three of Cups in the upright, they have more than one person actually working with them in regards to making sure that this relationship goes where it needs to go, whether they are working. But it's the Three of Cups, so it's pretty much an emotional tie. They may be consulting with friends who support them, and that may have been a blockage at one time where they didn't feel like they had support. Now they're going out and they're trying to get support to kind of help them with this. Then we have the Five of Wands here in the position, which may speak of a blockage that is past, but overall, it's like, okay, um, there was some arguing going on over it. There was some disagreements. Maybe some of their friends didn't agree with you, but now they do because maybe they were coming out of something and maybe some friends didn't support that. Maybe they had other things that they needed to be working on, and maybe some of their friends were not in agreement with that. So that is a potential blockage, is that maybe not all of their supporters are on board here. Okay. Okay. Now we got the King of Cups, which is going to clarify the High Priestess, which is good. So we got more and more emotional energy flowing through here, and which is what they're seeking, which is how they feel when they're with you. They want a High Priestess relationship because it actually makes them feel like the King of Cups, and they love feeling like that. That's how they want to feel. They want an emotional connection. Although the King of Cups is very much in control of their emotions, they're also very much aware of their emotions. So we got a little bit out of that. Let's see what else. Remember what we talked about on this, and follow me with this, okay? Follow me with this, Scorpio, because this person is very interested in you. They know mentally what they want. They know emotionally what they want. They know spiritually what they want. They seem so far to be very, very balanced. So we're just going to just continue with that particular energy here and see what we can come up with. Okay? So Scorpio, what do they feel versus what you feel? And what is the overall reality of this particular relationship? Okay. Whoa. That was a fluke. We'll just shuffle once. And put that High Priestess back in there. Okay. All right. Okay. So basically, they feel, once again, that they have what it takes to make this thing happen. They're ready to get started on this. They're ready to use whatever they have in their arsenal to make sure that this relationship moves forward. However, you are under the impression that some things need to die or be transformed. This is how you feel, whether it be on your end or whether it be on their end. You feel very strongly about the fact that there needs to be a transformation that needs to take place. Either they need to wrap up some things or you need to wrap up some things. And it may be because the reality is there are too many choices. Either they have a lot of choices to make or choose from, or you have a lot of choices to choose from, which speaks very highly of this. So you're aware that there are a lot of choices that need to be killed. They are like, so what? We're pushing through anyway. Okay, so let's go ahead and clarify what needs to die in order for this relationship to resurrect and be what it needs to be. Let's clarify that. Let's clarify for Scorpio. That's also your card. But as you may not know, I don't call signs. I just read energy. I only call signs in my personal readings. I don't call signs because it throws people off. I know it used to throw me off when I would look and it'd be like, oh, this is a Cancer that you went out to dinner with last night. I'm like, no, it's not. So, Here is the clarification, Scorpio, on the Death card. Okay. I'm having a little issue here. Okay. So basically, there needs to be a decision that needs to be made that you feel is not being made. Okay. You feel as though this person, sorry, I'm just trying to get my screen back up here so I can see. You feel as though this person that you're involved with is not tending to the necessary work that needs to be done. And this is how you this is how you actually see them. Like, they're not being realistic here. They got things that they need to pay attention to, right? They got things that they need to pay attention to, and you're like, I see you are not really paying attention. You're moving forward, and this is how you see them. You know, this is how you're like, we need to discuss this. This is the Page of Swords. We need to open up communication on this. We need to really start messaging back and forth about this and get this going. But yeah, that's the Death card. And you're like, you're seeking some more security, right? So you're like, before we move forward, in order for me to feel secure, we need to communicate about the things that you're avoiding. And it could be this, the Seven of Cups, that there are too many irons in the fire in regards to this. So let's clarify. Let's clarify. Okay, so that's the Six of Wands there, which shows some sort of victory, but it's going to take some time. All right. Why is the Wheel of Fortune there in Scorpio's reality of the overall relationship? So basically, it's going to be a victory. They're going to make a choice. However, it's going to take some time. We've got the Four of Pentacles. They're trying to be very, very strategic in what they need to give up and what they need to keep, and they want to make sure it's going to work out to their advantage. That's how I always look at the Four of Pentacles, that this person wants to make sure that they don't come up short, right? So it's going to take some time. Even though they want to move real quickly and they feel like they got what it takes, they're still like making sure. Okay, so they're definitely moving towards you. They're definitely leaving a situation. It's just going to take a little bit of time. They're leaving the Seven of Cups. They're moving more towards something that's more decisive, and then they're going to narrow it down and just say, here, this is what I'm ready to do right here. So give it some time. We'll pull a time card in just a little bit. I do have some time cards to kind of give us an idea what we're looking at here. Okay, let's just get these cards mixed up a little bit here so we can move on to the next spread, because the next spread is going to be around what they wish they could tell you, but they are afraid. So what does Scorpio's partner wish, or a person that they are involved with wish that they could tell them, but they are afraid? What does Scorpio's partner wish that they could tell them, but they are afraid? I'm not open for personal readings yet. I will be open for personal readings sometimes next year, hopefully within the first quarter of the year. Okay. All right. Whoa. Sorry. Okay. So it looks like it's nothing bad that they want to tell you, but they don't want to be too presumptuous. Like they don't want to, since they know they have to handle this business, they don't want to be very, very upfront just yet. But what it looks like that they want to tell you is that they are pretty confident emotionally as to what it is that they want. They feel very much like they are the one for you. They feel like, I'm the king of cups here. I know that I am the one that is competent to meet Scorpio's needs. Also, they also think the world of you. Also, it is the ending of a cycle. It is like a sense of accomplishment. Like they feel like that they are on their way, or that they um have everything in the bag, but they don't want to say it yet. They don't want to be too hasty. And then there again, the high priestess. It's like, okay, I have you. I already know that this is in the bag, because remember, the high priestess was in the first reading. That's what they said they wanted, and they already feel like they've accomplished it, and they feel like that they are the one for you, right? But they don't want to tell, they don't want to say just yet. Let's go ahead and clarify the King of Cups. Clarify the King of Cups with the Page of Cups. They're like, I'm just going to let her think I'm the Page of Cups right now, but I really am the King of Cups, but I'm going to act like the Page of Cups until I get all this stuff under control. So that is what they're feeling. Like they're offering you like one little cup at a time. Like, I'm going to just make sure I take this thing slow, even though I want to rush in. World card. Okay, so even though they feel like they've accomplished, there's the Two of Swords again, and they're trying to get rid of this burden. Ten of Wands. So they are thinking very, very positively, because they're like, soon, Eight of Wands, this thing is going to be over, and I'm going to have my high priestess. Okay, so they are still acknowledging, which is very healthy. They're acknowledging to themselves that, they don't want to tell you that they have these mixed feelings, because if they do, then you may judge them. So they're like, I don't really want to tell them that I'm one extreme to the other, where I feel like it's in the bag, but at the same time, I'm not really fully sure about my decision. However, the Page of Swords clarifies the High Priestess. They're mentally clear of what it is that they want, and they are definitely open in talking about that. They don't want to talk about all this other stuff here, like all what they have to do, their decision and all that. What they really want to communicate about is how they feel about you and the outcome. With the Page of Swords there, it just shows that they're comfortable communicating in regards to that, right? And that they are definitely looking at what it feels like to be secure. They're working on a security, um, a secure energy with you, a secure relationship. They're trying to make sure that you feel secure. They're trying to make sure they feel secure. And they definitely want to discuss that. They want to talk about, what does it feel like for you to be secure? All right, High Priestess. All right, Scorpio, what will it take for me to make you feel secure? So they're open to talk about that, but they don't want to talk about this, because they think they're going to handle that pretty quickly. Okay, so let's put that up. All right, put my cards back where they belong. And then what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and pull from my own personal deck, which is the Decision Guide deck. And it's just going to help us open up more questions and things that we may have overlooked. Okay. This is the Lover card. So they definitely consider themselves, as the lover says, consider the lover in your life as you move forward. And it looks like that's what both of you are doing, is you're considering each other. And you're like, okay, is this, what that is the best thing for my partner, which is a very good sign. Okay. And what's blocking the future to this? Okay. So let's go ahead and clarify that. What is blocking the future? Because you guys have a very good, you guys have a very good energy here, but there is some blockages there that needs to be tended to. There's a betrayal that someone is trying to get over. It is in reverse, so it does show, but it is blocking. So that goes back and answers the question of what's blocking as well. Remember when we didn't really get a clear answer, we got the Magician in the upright. So now that we just kept digging, and we were asked, okay, so it said there is a sense of betrayal here. Maybe somebody had to get over feeling like that they had to betray somebody in order to be in this relationship, or maybe someone was betrayed in a past relationship and they're trying to get over it. There is a Nine of Pentacles in reverse here. So it looks like there is a female that is possibly causing some issues, some problems in blocking this. And that may also be the holdup that needs to be taken care of, okay? But in the end, the Magician again, and that's probably why that Magician came up in the first one when I asked, I feel blank about you, but blank is blocking. And remember, it kept coming up as the Magician in the upright position. I said, well, that's not really a block. And it's because that even though it's blocked, even though these things are blocking it, the end result is going to be that. So you basically don't have to worry about it. But remember, we saw the Wheel of Fortune. It's going to take a little bit of time. So Scorpio, I hope this is clear for you. Let's go ahead and run the romance cards on this, and a time card. Okay, that's going to be the time card. This is going to be the romance card. That time card is just going to help clarify that Wheel of Fortune a little bit. And I'm going to pull the I-Ching. Okay. All right. Awesome. So basically, express your love. Don't let this situation get you down. Don't worry about that other woman in there trying to make trouble for the relationship. She's in the reverse. So, whoever it is looks like they are on the way out. If they're in the reverse, they're not very happy about the situation, and they're trying to come in between it. By June, all of this energy should be cleared out. And you got the Power card. It says, if you had ultimate power, how would you use it? Do nothing rash at this time because you have great force and could shock others unnecessarily. Consider the consequences of all your actions. So it's saying you have a lot of power, Scorpio. You could do whatever you wanted to do. If you wanted to come against that Nine of Pentacles in reverse and let them know and give them a piece of your mind, let them know this is your lover and, all of that, you very well could. But the advice from the I-Ching is don't do it, okay? Just let the Wheel of Fortune do what it's going to do, And I hope this reading was informative to you. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out, email me, let me know, leave something in the comments. You already know the drill. If it's for you, it's for you. If it's not, it's not. You also know that it could be reading your energy or the energy of the person that you're involved with. So be blessed. Stay aligned. Until next time. Bye, Scorpio.